This Allegro is the best foreign car I've ever owned.
It's got to hold 5 people in comfort, mind, and do 0 to 60 in about 9 seconds.
Well, even they got to wash the petrol, haven't they?
And I want a 5-speed gearbox, adjustable steering wheel, not as extras. And I must be able to lock all the doors at the flick of a switch.
Slow down, Neville, there isn't a fire.
And 5 doors and reclining seats. Can't help me, of course, can you?
The new Rover 3500, sir.
Leyland Cars. Austin, MG, Triumph, Mini, Jaguar, Daimler, Princess, Morris, Rover. All with super cover. Great cars and a great deal more.
Io Cinzano bianco, signora.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, gracias.
Ah, 2?
No, mine was a Cinzano as well. Now that's better. Oh, can't you just smell those Italian wines? Suffused with herbs and spices from 4
continents.
Why, being boring. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Getting your head down, sweetie. Jolly good idea.
From the House of Cinzano, Cinzano Bianco.
I've always wanted a Ford Escort. But which one do I choose? There's so many of them. I know, the Escort Sport. Feel that acceleration. I'm king of the castle. I mean, king of the road, that's what I mean, really. Superb vision, maneuverability, rev counter. Must change my barber. Oh, I like this. Just watch this road holding. Here we go. Oh, wait until I tell the lads about this. The Escort Sport. I'm a happy man. I think I'll feel the finish on the 2-door. Jump in the boot, yeah, plenty of room. 4-door, yeah, why not? Spacious, comfortable, friendly car, yeah. Well, I've got quite a choice. Sport, 2-door, 4-door. The wagon, yeah, I've got family, you see. The wagon. Yes, that's why I've chosen the Sport. I'll say, yes, dear. You've chosen the family wagon. Yes, dear. Oh, love you, darling. She takes the decisions in our family, you see. But I'm the driver. Ford Escort, the fun car.
Welcome to part 5, hope you have a lot of fun. Woohoo! We'll do some grit blasting. Welcome to part 5, more grit blasting, let's do it. Just Box, Colin Field, Irish Ham, we know you're there, thanks for joining us. It's a horrible job, but someone's got to do it. Welcome to part 5 or EP5 or episode 5. We introduced the film with something special, a nice clean rear quarter there with only one hole just around the filler cap. We're going to repair that, not a problem to do. We're going to cut out. We might have to drill the spot welds on the filler cap to get a good clean repair. It's right under the lip of the filler cap, so we might pop the filler cap off, clean it up, and then pop it back on again. But we'll put a plate in that little area there. As you can see, the inner rear valance, it's got some pitting on it, but it hasn't gone through. Still plenty of metal there, so we're not got a problem with that, so we're looking good there. So we've cleaned that up, and now we head up onto the boot floor itself. and no problems with that at all. Pretty much speaks for itself there. So we're okay. No rot revealed on this section of the strip down, so still only on that. I don't think it's going to change, to be fair. I think we're just going to find much of the same up here, hopefully, although it's a bit thicker, the under seal up this end. We're hoping that's not been put on to hide any problems. It's possible, but we'll check it out. This is the near side after all, so we expect the worst of the damage to be here, although it is looking hopeful. But I said that about the sills, didn't I? And what did I find? But I don't know. So far I'm pretty confident. I can see spot welds there on that quarter, so I'm thinking that's not been touched too, as I said on the earlier film on episode 4 about that. Okay, so just held it off. I ran out of zinc prime, ran out of red oxide, so I'm on zinc prime, but like I said, it all comes off. This is just to give us a guide, and we can see if there's any imperfections and see where we're at, so we're going to get a good finish. A few little bits of underseal still on there, but don't worry, I just blasted over with a can. It's all getting blasted back. A little soda blast on this to finish. I've gone on with a heavy grit. We'll finish off with soda. Some terps as well if there's any stubborn bits of underseal. See, there's one there. It's just because it's not all been blasted off. That isn't the exercise today. It was just to inspect to see if anything needed to be opened up for a big welding operation, which in this quarter it doesn't. So, and there's a no-brainer there. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do on any of these except to clean in all the nooks and crannies with the screwdriver and the brushes, and then we'll be getting in some special paints, as I said, after the final blasting operation. Okay, so now it's only a question of moving on onto the wheel tub. As you can see, it's untouched, so let's get the scraper out, and it's more of the same. More just, you know, it's not good, and people have said on the YouTube, hello by the way to YouTube, yep, it's a horrible job, but someone's got to do it. Oh, and I suppose I better have a crack at the tub. Okay, so I'm just going to get the heat gun out and hit that tub. Next time you see it, it'll be totally stripped. So lucky you sat on the couch, lucky you at the computers, lucky you on your mobile phones, whichever viewing medium you've got, lucky you, because you don't have to be scraping this. However, lucky me, because it should reveal a nice tub, bar that. Okay, let's get on.
sold my yacht in London, but prior to that, probably Burning Blue Soul, what would have been living at my...
Alright, we're carrying on. I've just got most of that under seal off on this side of the chassis now, revealing a good chassis leg here again, so another bonus, so we're doing well. No rot at all on that chassis, totally intact, and no rot on these floor pans here. Just ragging down with some white spirit now. I've wire wheeled off the flaky bits of the under seal, or just keeping on going with it. And if we look at the floor to sill edge, we're good to go on that too. Just move that cloth. We're going to get a dry cloth on here now. So dry cloth in and just finish off. We've got a phenomenon going on with the flickering lights. You can see my hand looks like it's in a disco or on a vertical hold. Not quite sure how we're going to get round that. The flashing lights are interfering with the camera. Hope you can cope. This episode does contain stroboscopic lighting. We apologise for that. So just wiping down the excess white spirit, and then we're going to get round any bits that I might have missed. The usual procedure, same as we did on the other side. I just thought I'd keep you up to speed on this side so you can see how solid the chassis is overall. We'll take you around the other bits that we've done in a sec. Hopefully that strobing will stop. Should we point it over there and see if it does? No, it doesn't. Look at that, it gets worse. I can't really help you. I've not done it on all of the films. Shutter speed maybe. I might try and just change the setting on the camera. Hold on, let's just try something. We got it. Just changed one of the settings there. We're back on. So, no strobe now, and I just show you wiping down. Look at that. Clean. Radio 6 music on at the moment, so I'm getting ready to clock off for the evening. Done a couple of hours today, a couple of hours yesterday, but bring up to speed. I started doing the boot floor, the spare wheel tub. So we started cleaning that. We've got the car horizontal at the moment, down this side, and that's the boot's spare wheel tub cleaned up. We're right in here on the factory primer, look. No rot at all in there. That's a bit tricky to get in, but just keep poking stuff through there. But we got in there in the end, just kept poking through. Boot floor reveals. Let me just knock the volume down on radio 6. Hold on 2 seconds.
The album's called The Boom Box Band.
So, yes, we've got some rust appeared. It was too good to be true. I'll take you over now. You can see there. Hold on, I'll just hold my hand out with the camera. You can see that it's like a shotgun's hit that. Boom, and then it's peppered it. So we've got some repairs to be doing, but I don't mind, I like doing that. So we found some filler and poked it through, so you can see these, the beginnings of how your whole floor would just disappear. A bunghole there, 2 bungholes to repair to. So once the rest of this under seal's off, we'll be heading towards welding jobs, because the primer's going to be part of post welding. So we'll get welding first, and then we'll be finally shot blasting and then priming, because this underside's going to come together faster than you think. I mean, I've only been on it a week and we're already storming through. You can see that angle there, we're storming through. Okay, so The sills will be the next job after I've repaired the boot floor, so I'm going to go for the rest of the under seal. A light blast, then the welding on the boot. Sorry, I keep calling it boot floor, spare wheel tub. So we'll get that welded up, and then we'll shift across to the sill operation. I've got a sill on the way in the post. I won one on eBay, really lucky. A new old stock full sill Ford item, so we're looking forward to getting that and getting it on. Still looking for the other side. I've got a driver's side, still need the passenger side, but we'll find one, I'm sure. Rest of the wheel tub, I finished off that under seal on the rest of the wheel tub. Okay, that revealed no rot at all, and on the inner chassis to wheel tub edge, no rot at all, and the whole chassis fork, no rot at all. So rot so far confined to following areas: spare wheel tub, bung on the driver's side, floor bung, small hole in the floor pan somewhere on this side, it could be on the other side there. And the sill. Yeah, I was going to say that is it, but no, we've got the sill, which is a great easy repair to do once this sill's off. We'll look forward to setting you up for a really good video for that one. This one's, it's been a bit monotonous, sorry about that, but I thought you're all in at the beginning, so we may as well just join me and carry on. Everybody on YouTube, appreciate you watching and the comments, keep it going. If you can share the links on any classic car sites, sure would be appreciated. So you can get the viewing channels up. We're heading towards 500,000. Let's get that 500,000 done before this car's even finished, and then we're away. So a bit more under seal work as well to be getting off. We'll spare you the pain of that. I can tell you one thing that's going to be exciting, that's revealing these jacking points. Already seeing that chip there, I can see the onyx paint. That's a really good sign, because I don't think this has been botched or anything. This is just really has been treated. Whoever did this knew how to cover the vulnerable areas, and they really went to town on them. Extra thick on the vulnerable areas, so they knew what they were doing. Whoever preserved this car knew how to preserve it, because that's testament to what they've done. They've preserved this car, and that's why we're able to accelerate so fast. You know, we're probably 6 months ahead just because it's so mint. Could even be more than 6 months ahead because it's so mint. So real good news. Okay, well, this is part 5 continuing, and you'll see a bit more under seal work and then some cleaner paint coming through. I'm going to clock off for this evening's session, and I'll be holding part 5 back. There's not enough footage in the can just yet. I'll see if I can get you on another day trip as well, just to make it a bit more interesting. In the meantime, we'll keep on going. We'll knock off for tonight. We'll do a couple more hours in tomorrow. Try and get 4 hours on it tomorrow. Let's keep the pressure on. Let's keep this thing moving. Other projects happening in the background. We're lining up for axle work. We're lining up for front clip work. Lining up for galvanizing. Lining up for other paint jobs. So there's plenty of things going on. Even when I'm not actually on the shell, I'm tasking away on other elements of the car. But everything's fallen into place so far, and there's not many parts I'm sure of. So that's pretty good. It's all gonna fall into place, I hope. Over and out for this little section. Not the end of part 5, just this section. See you in a sec for the next bit.
This is BBC Radio 6 Music.
Tonight from 9, Tom Ravenscroft. At 7, Mark Rylance.
BBC Radio 6 Music.
Right now, it's Steve Lamacq.
Right, I get this just a bit of tape to get the last of the under seal off, then we'll dry that back, and then we'll grip blast this whole area. So we're still on part 5, episode 5. We're going to grip blast next, getting ready for the grip blaster. It's a messy job, but we're okay, we're prepared for it. Sean's happy about the situation. He carries on up this end, and we're all alright there. Okay. Let's get that. Plenty of original paint that survived. Pretty good condition all the way. We're very impressed, especially these inners, which are notorious. I mean, it's still got green paint on that inner. You'd expect it to have at least took the green paint off and be starting to corrode, but it hasn't even started. I'm really lucky, losing it a bit towards this inner quarter, but I think there's still enough metal. When we shot blast back, we're gonna just still be thick enough metal without having to do any plating, I hope. Look good down here. Look at this. Let's keep going. Benny Hill.
Anyway, man goes into the pet shop and says, "Excuse me, come out by a wasp."
There's never any music on this. Just stop talking and play the tunes, will you? Thanks, Benny Hill.
I'm just in my house, and my
watch this. Planet Rock. What's the guesses it's going to be an advert on? Oh, I don't believe it. Ooh. One you like, sure. Eagles. Eagles are alright. Don't sound too enthusiastic, Christ. Music to work by this, lad. Gotta be careful because YouTube's picking up me songs in the background and then doing me videos. Collecting me copyright and putting adverts on because I've got songs on in the background. Bastards. Swats. It's background music and they're trying to say it's copyright. Oh man, if you ever hear a song for air guitar, it's got to be this one. This is the air guitar master. Longest guitar solo going. continuing to blast away in that corner. You can see how it's bringing off the flaky rust there. We'll be getting a rust converter on that soon. We'll just take a little bit more off, see how much of the pitting we can get out. Okay, let's see how much of this pitting we can get out. We'll get a rust converter on there. That's after a light shot blast. Okay, so we're solid again on this side, which is pretty good. See how all original this is. Take you up over there, I can't even see the side of the back of there. So we'll get all that. We'll get all the right products into there to preserve that the best we can. It's lasted this long, so you know how clean some of the original paint. Now they didn't paint the whole shell. They just came inboard, and just you can see where the paint came in and just hit over the edge of that boot. So when you see this, you don't get it over the whole shell. It only covered where the gun would reach. If you look up here again, you can see the green. Okay, so there's also the body primer as well, the brown coloured primer. You can see here the Ford factory colour brown there on the inside. See how clean that is. Okay, so we'll just keep on chipping away at that, and then I've gone over these holes, see how big they were, so we blasted away at that. Good, put it on full power for this then, really hit it hard, and blew the rest of the holes through. So you can see now, and I've also looked for any other signs, and we'll just have another scan. But so we're going to get the MIG on these and just MIG those holes up. The small ones, we'll probably just be able to get the MIG and fire it in, fill that with MIG and then grind it flat, and then go the other side and grind it flat. So probably MIG for those ones. This one will need a little piece of metal in it. So we'll cut that into a square shape. Probably cut that to a square shape. I don't want that bigger blob of weld. Again, a plate, might MIG that and that, and MIG that one. So I'll just see how that works, just get the MIG set up in a sec. I'm out of grip now, I'm out of grip medium, so I'm stuck halfway through doing the blasting, which is a pain, because once you set up you can see how the floor gets, the grit on it. It does get messy, like I said, and you try and get as much in one session as you can, so you don't have to clean up twice. But I'll bring the welder across the floor here, and I'm just going to get the MIG on that and just see how it goes. And then I've got the crock sander ready, and we'll just buzz it off. I'll get the flat wheel and buzz it off with the flat wheel. Let's just see, probably the flat wheel will get in there better than the crock belt sander. Okay, let's get the MIG set up for that and our first bit of welding on the car. To pick up some parts, new old stock sill and some metal floor parts. Little interval for you in the video. Let's go and get the bits. Let's go get the bits. New old stock sill on the way. Okay, we're still on part 5. Some more grit blasting mediums arrived, and I'm topping up the grit blaster there. So that's my little pressurised grit blasting machine, and we're going to be using that to just finish off up here. Okay, grit blast that along that edge, and then we're going to clean up this edge, just bring it in, get that up, and then I'm going to take the face paint off the sill, because look over here, look what we managed to find on eBay. Lucky this is a 71 BB sill, genuine Ford sill there. So that's gonna, just a bit of luck, they're not easy to get. Now you can get a copy or repressed sill from old Express panels, and they're not bad. I've compared one to that, and there's not much in it. So you don't get the ski jump ramp at the end. You see that little ramp that kicks up? You don't get that with the reproduction sill, which you can get from Express or Old Parts store. But you do get the main sill, so you can probably repair that ramp anyway. So I'm going to get the grit blaster going again. That's just more of the same, but before I clean up all the grit off the floor, I'm just going to give it one more hit, because otherwise I'll be cleaning up twice. So I'm going to clean the paint off the spot welds on the sill so that we can start drilling the spot welds out on the sill. We've got ourselves a nice spot weld drill bit, which is just here. If you have a look at this. Now that, normally the ones from Machine Marks, you normally see these type and the teeth just chew straight off them. These are a different one. I'll find you the packet in a minute and I'll tell you what they are, but I've had a few tries already and it's just flying through, and it's reversible as well. So you can use that type, that's a hole cutter type. You're left with a little nib which you just grind off, or you can use the drill bit types. I'm using that for now. So let me spin the, let me just finally shot blast, and then I'll spin the shell and I'll take you through a full procedure of doing the sill. And we'll see how easy it is to get them sills off. At least today we'll get the sills off and line it up ready for the new sill to go on, and then we'll get the spot welds on next week. So I've also got some repair pieces for the boot. One repair's already gone in. We're welded in. Now you'll see these little holes. That's because I've just had the MIG, just gone in with the MIG across, come backwards and flat wheeled it off, and then obviously the MIG's just, that hole became a bit too large, so you're left with these small holes. What I'm using is I'm using the MIG to just bridge the gap. Then I'll flip it upside down, then I'm going to over braze this and let the braze run into those, cap that with braze and then flat wheel it back. So that'll be MIG'd on, then brazed on top to finish it. Okay, so that's the score, and then the same applies here. These, I've got patch repair pieces for these. Right, let's get on. Right, okay, first step of the sill removal is locate all your spot welds. The little dimples there, you know what they are. You just head on in with a drill bit, and with the case of this hole cutter you just go till you're hitting the second skin. Don't go straight through now. So we get them working our way along. What I'm going to do to make life easier, because we're not keeping this panel because it's getting scrapped, it's not a problem to slice it and remove this sill in sections. I might take it away in 3 or 4 pieces. So what I'll do to start with, I'll slice down here. I know it's not connected on the floor edge because it was botched on, so we're not even connected on there. So if I cut 2 sides like that, this will just fold back. I'll be able to ping. If not, I can slice it in the middle, and then you can go like that and just ping those welds off. And that'll give us access then to these areas. What I want to try and do is get a good hit on each one of these. And if we really wanted to, we could get the croc sander and we could come in from underneath on this and not have to drill through this. However, you've got to drill through it anyway to plug it back on, so it's not a real big deal. The biggest problem is just trying to find the spot welds, because on this they're quite well hidden. So I'm going to cut down there. I'm going to peel this first section off and then just take it off in bits. There's no point trying to remove the complete piece in one. It's just going to be a lot easier, because then you can move and start snapping the spot welds, and just makes it that bit easier. So let's go along. Let's do 2 slices, and then I'll try and separate it out at the top. But if it's sticking on those spot welds, which it probably will, I'll slice it in the middle, and then I'll just jiggle it, or I'll try and pop it off at the bottom. It looks like it was just riveted on, so it's it might come. Let's just get the slices in first. So 2 cuts, just there and there first. Just working my sail weight along, breaking each spot weld as I go along. Okay, so it's starting to go now. I've made that cut there. Right, made that cut there now, and I just had to chisel down, because the angle grinder blade won't get into the right up into there. So just finish it off with a chisel there. And I've got to do the same at this end. Finish that little cut to there with a chisel, so that it relieves this panel. What we do then is just start easing the spot weld. So the screwdriver at the back, I've already drilled them all out now, and you'll just see as they start to break each one. So that starts to ping off, you feel it go. If there's one which hasn't broken, just double check, make sure you've got all your spot welds. But if there's one that's not broke, Let's see if we can find one. Like this one here is not broke. Where am I? Again, difficult with one hand, but just going to offer you in here. Right, I'm in. Let's get that in there. Right, I'm just going to tap that. I'll show you what I mean. That one's not quite gone, okay? So I don't want to overdo anything. So just, if I can get this. Right, that's now under tension because I've wedged the screwdriver in. This spot weld's nearly gone, but it's not quite there. So what happens is, just to get to you really precise, get the drill in. So here's the spot weld drill bit. You'll see that centre locating pin, that's spring loaded. When I push on here now, you'll see the, hold on a sec, let's just get a good, you've got to get a really good. Just coming with me on this. If we can, we're spinning a bit, that's just because I've got one hand. Right, I'm in the locator there, watch, that'll ping back when it's done. You see it go? Now that one didn't quite ping, but I just saw it open up. But if it's not, it's about to. Hold on. It's a precision process. Each one. Let me try and get back in that place. Right, that's definitely gone. In fact, I think I heard it ping. So we're gone on that one. There, that's it. You're out. Okay, so we'll move along to the next one. That one's gone. This one's under tension too. So this one's not gone through, so I'm going to hit it and finish it off. I'm going in there now. There you go. Alright, with no damage to the other side. No damage to the other side of the sill, so there's another one to go. Again, move along. These ones are easy because you've got a lip. That one's tight. Let's finish this one off. That one's gone. I think that one just went too. Not quite, see, it's just holding on for dear life there. That's it. Right, we're off. Bar that cut there, we're actually off. So I'm going to fold this sill backwards, and then I'm going to wobble it and snap it off. Okay. So let me just chisel that now, and then you're off along the top part. That's the first section, and we'll do the same for that side. So that's then 2 sections to be off, and then it's a matter of starting to unpick this and these parts and get them bits out, and leaving you a nice exposed area for the sill to go in. Okay, so let me just chisel this. Now you're about to see some action now, because I've chiseled that, so there's no tension at all across that top section. So probably with a bar and they'll be able to feed that back. Get a longer screwdriver. See, so there you go. Good night, that's gone. So that's the sill beginning to break away from the car. And probably if I grab it, you're going to see this go live now on part 5. Sill removal. Okay, so let's pull back so you can see what's happened. Alright, now we have got a prop under the car as well, just for a bit of extra bracing, but I've just got a block of wood under there, just supporting the chassis rail itself, just jammed against the floor, because I'm on a spit. So, okay, so that's the score, and it looked like the sill was pretty good, but it had to be done, I'm afraid. You can see the double skin effect. They've just completely overskinned it. So we're going to have to get the old sill off now. Obviously you're going to have a lot of welds underneath to go along, which I didn't actually count on. I was presuming he'd cut that sill out, but of course it's still connected, so we're going to have to break that down and start getting rid of it. Okay, so let's just whoa, oh my god, wasn't even attached at the front. It just goes to show you. Oh my god, oh gee, oh my god, Christ, state of that. Oh my god, it rivets. And is it a Veng part? There's still the sticker there. Could have had the sticker for the part label for it. Can't really see. Anyway, that's that outer sill. There's the original sill, which is good at this end. Damn shame, but you know, it's got to be done. They've butchered it, so it's got to be done. Okay, so moving on now. Well, I just pulled on that and the whole sill just came off. I just pulled it and the whole cover sill just flew off. What a joke. That's the cover sill gone. You can see where they've riveted it on, and you can see where the original sill damage was. Rotted right through there, see? So now that gives you everything you need to look at. It's here. So you'll now see spot welds running all the way along there, which we're going to tackle next. So what we've got to do is tackle the section here, so I'll be pulling out that complete section. Now I might spin the car the opposite way round so that I can work in at eye level. So I'm going to rotate the car now because I've got a nice seat here. So I've been sat down there and just working it nicely at eye height for this bit, which made it quite nice. So now I'm just going to flip the car and we're going to work the opposite side of the workshop at eye height, and we'll surgically remove this section, and then we'll make cuts in this and we'll start to get these out. We've got to find the spot welds on here. That's the tricky bit. Find them and get them drilled out. There's one, there's another, there's a few on there. Fortunately there was no standard pattern, but you're going to have a few down here too. It's going to be fun getting out. They always are, and there's one hidden one right inside the bottom of the A-post it blasts through, and you've just got to woggle it and snap this section out. It's a hidden one there. And then once I've done this, I'll work towards the back. Okay, so just get the bracing off now, and I'm going to do some measurement to make sure nothing's moved. I'm just measuring between the door hinge bolts, just keeping my eye on that. Nothing's going to move because it's still attached on the inner sill, but I'll just as a double measure. Okay, flip the car. Okay, we're flipped. Okay, so round we've gone. Hello Aussie Brit in Australia. Thanks for watching. We like you. Aussie Brit is on there. He's one of our followers there. We thank Aussie Brit for being the Aussie Brit that he is and following the vids. So now we can get round the other side, and I'll show you how we're going to get to the... Oh, we've got to go one more click yet. Sorry, it's got to go... Sorry, one more click. Hang on, I fucked up there. One more click on the rotor, because we're not quite... We've got to go horizontal. That's the vertical setting. One more click. Hang on. Okay, so that's our click round on the spit there. Now, plenty of room to work. I've cleaned up as well. Got all that grit up and cleaned up. Horrible job. So, right, you're going to see where we're up against here. We've got to find all the spot welds down this side. So just the wire brush on it in a sec. The angle grinder and the wire wheel. Then probably just finish off that cut with a grinder so we're straight to there. And this piece can come off. You can see now the original colour of the car. You can see everything that was going on. So we've got to get this off. And it wasn't that bad, that sill, really. It was only this end that had gone. See what's happened there, see how it's gone there. This is the area we're going to be working on to get a nice neat repair. So there's your damage, pulling you back so you can see. Take you in so you can have a look. Slowly pan you across. Okay, so let's take off these spot welds along here now with our drill bit. Let's find them first with a wire wheel. So wire brush on and get that section out. Then we can do the same on this piece and we'll remove this piece too. Okay, that'll just leave us parts to work on, alright. We might even be able to identify some of these spot welds as well inside and get them off. Okay, so let me just get the wire brush out now, off we go. Right, some of them are difficult to spot, excuse the pun. So there, you just get a torch on and that'll pick it out. If you see how that picks it out now with a torch, you can just see the spot weld, slightly different colourings there, so we're going to hit that. You've got to keep going along them. Okay, so just work our way along there. Use the screwdriver and just prise it apart as well while you're doing it to help you guide you to the next spot, and then just keep going and then you'll have that piece. Right, that's it. Take your bit of bending. Some of the ones I couldn't spot, sent the screwdriver down between the join and you can just see where it bows then, and you just hit it, so that's ready. I'll bend it like that. And good night for that one. That's the end of that. Goodbye. That leaves us this inner sill, which we can see is well saved. Just about caught that in time, so we'll get some rust proofer on that, but that's pretty good. And there's no movement on there at all there, so we're okay. Just keeping on track of things. We'll start looking at getting this nose cone section off next. Okay, so we'll slice that along there again. You might even be able to gently tease that off. You just don't know. With it being a small piece, you could possibly wobble that a bit, but you wouldn't get this side anyway. So that'll be tricky. Just to keep carefully investigate this and just find out where the welds are. I think there's one there. I think as well. They're going to be tricky. I think I can see one there. I just don't know how many they put on it. I can't remember. I can't recall. So we're just going to have to play that by ear, that one. Okay. Alright, so that's it for today on that section. So we'll catch you next week. It's weekend now for me. So just keeping on with part 5. Sill removal. As you can see there. Plenty of prepping up to be doing on these. These little nibs that are left, you have to just flat back. Okay, and then we grip we'll put a weld through primer on this as well once we've killed the rust. Okay, so it's good anyway, we can get in and clean that rust up too. So just be good when this is all off and we're back to a nice repair section, and we'll get that look really neat when that's done. Okay, I'll catch you next week. Carry on with part 5 though. Sill replacement. Okay everybody, just carrying on with that sill removal. Getting on with the rest of the spot welds on the top. We're concentrating on the end section where it meets the A-pillar section. So we've cut off and removed that middle piece. Just doing it bit by bit. I've swapped spot weld drill bits. I'm back on the old standard type. I found that a little bit easier. So I was just evaluating the spot weld drill bits. I think there's pros and cons of both of them. This type is okay certain applications, but just switched back to that one and I found it a bit easier to use. So that's the just your normal short-headed drill bit. You can see spot weld drill bit. So I've just hit through those, and we're going to try and peel this back. We're going to cut slots on it. You can do it the easy way, you can do it the hard way. Let's do it the easy way. We may as well, because I said we're not using this sill, so we may as well just slice it across, then fold that up here, slice it down there, slice it across there and fold it up and remove that piece. The more we remove, the more we can see where the rest of the spot welds are. Inside here you're going to start to see where it's actually spot welded, and my torch is now on 3 quite big meaty spot welds which come through to the bottom of the A-pillar curve here, and then along this edge we've got, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, there's about 7 along that edge. You can see them just if you peek inside. That's the run there. I can feel them with my finger. So I can just get the torch on it. If I go in, I can, where I'm touching now, you can feel the recess, quite a powerful spot weld. So we can try and guess, because you can't really see the imprints very well here. Some of you with your Cortinas, you'll probably be able to see them better. For some reason on here I'm struggling to see the indent, so I don't want to hit and miss on this and have holes in the wrong place. I want to get it clean. So this has got one hit clean holes, taking it off. So to do that, to see it better, I'm going to slice this open. May as well make it easy on yourself. Okay, and then we've got some along the back of this. So we're going to try and just slowly dissect this and woggle it out nice and clean. It's putting the new sill in will be easy because you just slot that in and you won't have to be trying to sort of woggle anything out. So just to make life easier, we'll ping this now, cut down there, slice that piece off, and then we can start to look inside it to see exactly where these are, and then we can bend and snap that piece off. Then all you've got to do then is get these hidden ones off here, and I think there's one more just at the top, just around this area. You'll see there's some repair work to be doing at the bottom of this too. We'll move on that later on, but there's some welding to be done up this end, some cleaning up, and that'll be part of the sill process. So looks like we're solid around there, so it's just lost it at the last minute here. So we'll be repairing that before the sill goes in. But before that, let's just get this little section off. So I've got a slicing disc on the grinder and I'm going to cut that out. Okay, and let's have a look what we see inside here. Here we go. Okay, that's cut, so I'll just grab it and it'll ping. There you go, see, you always get that pinging noise as long as you hit them in the roughly the right area, and that folds up. Now I might not have got it on this bit, but we'll see if I just, I don't think we have. Yeah, just that corner, see, look where the spot weld just missed. I just missed drilling it. It doesn't really matter because you just get it off after. Take that off. Okay, so it's got a little bit, it's going in the back and behind the A-pillar. That's where it's a little bit tricky to fish it out. I think there's one there, so we'll take that out as well. So that's off. And now because I've cut down, I can fold back here. A little bit of pulling, and there you go. Now you see, look, we're right on top of those because we're upside down. And here, can I get that light on there for you? Can you see them? So counting them there, what have we got? 1, 2, 3. 3 big ones. Maybe there's not as many as I thought. I see 3 big ones there. And now we're at the end of the sill too, look, up the top. And then how far inside does that go? We could look at the new old stock panel to see it if I can't feel it with my fingers. Oh, we're right at the edge there, so sill's just at the edge there, so that's good. We can knock this down and probably ping it off. Let's take those out now. There, we'll take them out. And let's take those out. We're going in with a drill, right on top. Okay, so we're through on that one. You'll notice my cordless drill has got a light built into it, which is really handy. Nearly through. Okay, we're through there. Sorry about the shaky camera work. Again, one-handed, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Let me just blow that. Right, so you can see I've gone through, and this is the advantage of working upside down, having the spit. You can see if I step back how easy it is, because you get all those angles. There's the spit rotary there. It's one Mike made up. He was really ingenious with a design on that. I got him some metal and he built this superb spinner for me. Just some trestles and a box section. So we're using that. We're working upside down, hell of a lot easier. So you can just get to everything there. So them 3 are down. I've just spotted another one, look. My torch is right on it, you can see it there. I'll take the torch away. So there's one holding the top. I think that was the one I mentioned earlier that's hard to get to, because look, you can't get to that spot weld. It's inside the A-pillar. But when you're doing it this way, you can get to it. Okay, later on you can't weld it, but it's not going to have that one. We're going to have to add a spot weld somewhere else to create that strength, whatever that gave. But that's that troublesome hidden spot weld that you wouldn't get to if you didn't cut away like I have on this sill. Alright, so I'm going to drill that one off, and then I'm going to try and work out a way of getting to these. We can't get the drill in at this angle, but we're going to try and measure exactly where they are with a tape measure now, and mark on the front of here, and then try and hit them. Okay, so we're going to take the hidden spot weld off, then we're going to measure the distance on these, and then I'm going to drill through from the front. And as I said, I'm working on these drill bits, seem to be the better ones. I have used them before, but just I was curious as to what that hole cutting type, the advantage of that hole cutting type drill bit was. There it is. Seems to, I mean, it does a job, but it does leave those nibs, but I don't know, I just seem to fly straight through with that. The spot weld drill bits, I think they have about 50 good drills in them, and then they start to go blunt. Right, take that out and then start measuring for these spot welds, and hopefully then we can pull this inner nose out and start heading towards this end, the B pillar end. And then we'll work our way towards the back. So dissecting the sill in sections to make it clean. Okay, let me get the drill in on that one now for you. Just keeping it documented for you so we get everything. One more spot weld just there, then a double spot weld. So this is the first time we've got to go through the A pillar because it's triple welded through. So I've gone through this piece and then through the actual sill itself, because that's the only way you could get this one off. So there and there, through 2 layers on that one. That starts to break that up. We know we've gone on the inside here, so now we've just got to get along this edge. Okay, so I think that's free on the inside because the sill starts to break away from the curve of this. If you follow that line, you wouldn't be able to get a weld in there at the factory. So they've gone 1, 2 here, and then it's going to fade away as it goes up there, unless it's actually still welded to the inner sill as it continues to go through the car. And the obviously the A pillar was put on after, which means we might have to come in from the back to get the rest. To get the inner piece, we might have to come in from the back to get the rest. We'll have a little look, okay? But I'm just going to start breaking off these ones now. Hopefully this is enough for you if you're doing it yourself for document and reference. Let me just come up for the light. I'm trying to move the camera as slowly as I can. I do know that it's better for you guys if I keep steady on it. Yeah, I think there'll be some hidden ones down that edge which we'll get from coming inside the car. But before we do that, let's get these inner ones away. Looks like there's 3 of them. Okay, I'm going to mark them now with a tape measure. Okay, now there's 2 here I've found. Just running my finger underneath. Just lightly sand off the surface of the paint, looking for your clues. It's another good technique for spotting them. Just brush down. If you're very careful, you can just see, like, sometimes they're not imprinted, the spots, and you can just see a circle. You get the clue by feeling where it is, then look for the circle and try and hit it dead on. So it looks like there's only 2 holding it on that front piece. So I might be able to tap this with a screwdriver now and should just see it snap the weld. Then we can start to manoeuvre this piece downwards, and hopefully then I think there might be 2 more here. So I've gone along there, got there, and we can see that they've cracked. There's probably a couple more here, but I certainly can't see them, and I can't really feel them on the inside, but I bet they'll probably be there. So I'm going to tap this with a chisel now and just start to try and move it away from this section and just get everything freeing up. Okay, let me just get a screwdriver and a hammer on there. I'll just tap that away, or you can use a chisel and just start breaking it up. It's not held in that very far corner because I've hit that and it's pulled out from behind the sandwiched piece here. So it looks like we're not held there, and that's the extent of the sill, so there's not that spot weld It's just part of the A panel and inner sill. So let me hit this. Okay, this one, I've just been striking it. I got it away from there. This one's proving a little tricky, so lock the mole grips on now and just start to curl it round, and you can unpeel it that way. You can just wobble it free until it breaks, and then carry on doing it like a tin opener just down this run, and that'll just pop off. You see, it's probably just caught in that corner there, here. You'd think you'd hit it. Well, there could even be another spot weld at the back. We're not sure. So I'm just going to manoeuvre it. It looks like it's gone at the bottom. So I've locked me mole grips on. I'm just going to turn and unroll that till it gets down to the bottom. Then the whole piece here should start to move that way, and I might be able to snap the remaining spot welds. So let me just have a go. So I've started at the top there, and I've wrapped it around the mole grips, locked them on, then just unpeel it like a can opener and just work your way down. Hopefully, obviously you've got to at least try and drill the bit out to get you a chance, but if it's just caught it at the edge, this will help, it'll snap it. So I'm going to unfold that now. Okay, I've got that far, now just wobble in and you'll see how it'll snap that weld. There's the other one, I can see it now, it's just come up. I can just see the imprint of it. Can you see it on camera? I don't know. Let's have a look at the end of the screwdriver. Look, there's our hidden weld just there. And that one was invisible. And we'll find that that's holding it. Sure enough, it is holding it. See? Now, I could snap that one out if I wanted. I'm going to drill it, but I could snap that one out. I'm just going to take that out with a drill now. So, you can just see it. I can see it on the video there. See that how it's made an imprint. Just sometimes they're just so hidden. So in we go. Whoa, it just took it straight out. So those little hidden spot welds can be a pain. That's easy how you get that. Probably would have just come straight off actually if it wasn't for that, but by using those to fold it, it enabled me to spot the hidden one. Okay, so I can release that now. Here we go. Let's get the next. Okay, so we're free there. You'll find that those spot welds were just on the edge of the A panel lower piece. So the drill bit just missed the edges of them there, so I just broke those through with a chisel. Okay, it's just slightly overlapping. Could have just brought the drill bit down a touch to get them. None further up there, so we don't worry about that area. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, a cluster 2 there, or maybe just 1 if you hit it right. Then that one. Then 3 on your vertical going down, and then that's actually away. And then that one we did earlier, but look, can you see? Let's get your torch in there. Look, can you see that? There's one more. Who can spot that? Let's play spot the ball. You've got probably a different view on YouTube at home, but I'm feeling one just under my finger. I've just run my finger in and I can feel that spot weld there. So we'll get that in. Then this should then ping and fold back. So then all we'll be left with is the seam between the inner sill, the main sill, and don't even think the A panel hits that bit, so we'll just have 2 more pieces sandwiched there. Sorry, not even sandwiched, 2 more pieces together. We'll go on the inside and drill that out, then we should be able to pull this out. One more then now as I get the drill in there. Okay, hold on while I do that. Right, we wobbled and we pinged, so now that part's free. You can see that lifting up away there now, and you'll see just how that was spot welded to the bottom of the A panel. So normally, under normal circumstances, if you didn't move everything out of the way and cut away, you'd never get to those hidden spot welds. You'd be wondering what's holding it in for a long time. So it just goes to show why you've got to get in there. And as I said, a lot easier if you spun upside down, because you can put your tools on the floor pan, you can work, you can move. So just invest in a rotary spinner. I really can't recommend it enough. You're going to do a job like this. Okay, so now we're going to go on the inside of the car. Let me grab the torch. Let's step in. So we step in, and my feet through the windscreen. Totally stripped, of course, the car. Now we have a look, and let's just see where we are. So okay, That's the inner. Sill, spot welded through the inner A panel, and then I'm presuming right through the sill itself. Now, if that's the case, it's tricky. Let's just have a see. How far do we go up with the sill? So the sill's coming along. Now, are they triple welds? So let's say if they put the sill on, I'm going to presume that it goes all the way through. Where does the sill end? Just investigating now, bear with me while I learn this. How far does that sill go in? Oh, it only goes in as far as here. Not as bad as I thought. So this area then, there's a couple there we're going to have to do, I think. Can we see anything up there? Remember, them last spot welds were just on the curve of that. So I don't know if this is how far the sill's coming in inside here. I'm going to step back outside now and just have a look. Can I see the sill? Is that it? Yes, that's it. There we are. There's the sill. It's actually between, of course it is, it's between there. It's the end of the sill. It is here, I think. Look, is that it at the end of the sill? Is that where I cut off? Let's have a see. Yes, it is. Right, that piece of metal there. Hang on while I get the torch on so you can see what the hell I'm doing. Because I know the camera struggles with the focusing in my workshop because the walls are very bright, so the autofocus system on the camera is struggling to adjust itself on the auto iris. So I'm trying to just keep you, I'm wary of that on the previous films, so not ideal. We're not the BBC or a Channel 4 documentary programme, we're the amateurs. We're trying to bring you entertainment on YouTube and knowledge and useful info at the same time. Right, I know the sill ends right there. Okay, so I'm only going to have to pop out a couple of inner spot welds here, and this should rip out. Okay, get the drill and let's do that. Just testing the autofocus. Yeah, as soon as it drops over there you lose it, so the auto iris is kicking in. I'll be wary of that. I'm gonna have to watch out. Okay, let me just get. Okay, now for probably the trickiest bit of the whole job, just separating out the remains of the sill from the inner section. Now you'll see that it's still attached. I'm out of breath there. I've been giving it a bit of stick. Just on the inside, I'll take you in, show you where we were doing that just then with the light. You got 3 there, just holding it onto that inner piece. Then it stops, that weld stops, it's only up to them 3. One was double welded, so he's hit that twice with a spot weld and then moved along. Okay, and I've just been giving it some beans here by doing this. That's why I'm a little bit out of breath. Started to break it free like that. It's the best I can hope for. And now look, it's started to go, so that's going to come out now. See that left and right movement, so we can extract that, and we've got a nice neat slot to fit the sill in, so there's no botching going on. It's going, the sill's going to go in exactly as it did at the factory. So we've not avoided anything there, and we've managed to successfully extract all the components of the sill, ready to slot the sill in between these gaps. We'll clean the gaps up, and then we can get some plug welds in there, and everything's going to be a pretty neat finish. Okay, so I'm going to hit that with a hammer now, just underneath here. I'm locked on with the claws of the mole grips. I'm going to just knock it, and it'll pull it upwards. Okay, let's do that. There you go. So you just got to watch. It's just because there's a couple of hidden little welds just on there, but you can see how that's slotted behind. Not much left of the original piece, but you've got to bash and bang it to get it out, okay? And you're probably at an advantage over me now because you know exactly where those are. So, whole piece of the inner sill. Well, that's the end of that. Leaving us one nice area. Okay, we've got to hammer this flat. We'll just squeeze that flat. And then we'll get that sill in there. You can see condition now inside here. And no damage to this piece. And some light surface corrosion, which the rust converter will get. We'll absolutely blast that with rust converter and make sure there's no further damage. But see these critical edges, nice and clean. So great metal to be working with. See how it tries to start going in any seam it can, even on a well-preserved car like this. So a good detailed view then of the Mk3 Cortina offside sill. Bottom of the B panel intersection area, that tricky intersection area. So along the top bottom of that B panel there, along this front, the inner A panel spots that are hidden, the lower A panel outers, and then these tricky inner ones. Let's go inside so you know. We hit them 1, 2, 3, 4, a double, and then 2 singles, and then just the edges. Get a screwdriver down there if you've got or a small chisel, and just finish them off if you don't think they're coming, and then do what I just did. Woggle away, just woggle away like that, and out you come. This is the advantage of being in small sections. I don't see how you could ever remove these complete without chopping them up because of the way that it's assembled at the factory. Obviously the outer sill went on before this went on, of course. Right, so start looking up this end. Let's just see what we can find. Let's get the top of this sill off, and there's no reason why we can't fold this sill down and have a look for the rest of the spot weld. So we'll use that technique again where we open up the box to spot the hidden spot welds to make a neater job. So it means we don't have to be hunting around all the time here making guesses and perhaps drilling too many holes in the A panel, so it won't be as original. You'll be putting filler in where you wouldn't have to. So let's take the top off, which should be no problem. Fold that back, fold that sill back, then we'll take the torch and we'll have a little look inside to see where we can find the spot welds for the B post. Not much holding it at the end here. I know there's some braze joins on this, but that's going to pretty much fall away, and then we're going to be looking for a repair piece for the wheel tub bottom, and then we'll be doing that repair patch in there. So once this is off, we're on to some welding work. Okay, but for now I'll be drilling off those spot welds there. Let's get those off now. Right, I've just sliced this sill into 2 pieces, and you're now going to see the inner support that's on the B pillar. There's an inner chassis that's designed to transfer the forces up vertically through the B pillar. That's a reinforcing piece inside your sill. The pattern sills don't have that, so you have to make them. You need to fit it though. This one's damaged, so I'm just going to break the spot welds instead of having to drill them all off, but they're normally just along the bottom of here. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I'm just going to break this off. Just to save time. Okay, so there we go. That's the bottom of the reinforcing sill, spot welded there. It's all rusted up. Wasn't worth saving that piece, even if I needed it for a repair on it. If I ever bought pattern sills and I wanted this piece, it's gone anyway. We'll use it as a reference. So that would have been on the lower edge of your sill. Couldn't quite see those spot welds. Anyway, that's that piece off, which gives us access now inside. We're going to need a brush. It's full of rust. I'll bring you in. Okay, so there's that reinforcing rib. which strengthens the sill around this area, so that if you were to jack the car, the force goes up, it doesn't collapse the sill and takes it down into the B pillar. It gives the car some torsional strength as well, so that's what that's all about. We don't need it, it doesn't matter, but the plan is to open this up so that we can see. Now there's your B pillar. It's going to be spot welded along here. They're going to be tricky to find, but don't worry, we'll find a way of getting into them. And then it's underneath on this lip, so they're what we're interested in at the moment. We're going to vac out because we're full of rust, so I'll just get the vacuum on there now and we'll vac that out, and then we shall start looking for evidence of spot welds, which I expect to see. There you go, straight in, some monster spot welds there, look, see those very clearly, so they're easy to drill, so that's good. What will be tricky is the inner lip ones. We're expecting those to be hard to spot, especially with the filler that's been put on with the skin sills and stuff like that. But once we break those off, I've got to get to the ones behind it as well, because the sill's running, it's running in behind this area inside too, so just got to free them up. But we'll get there, and we'll extract that piece nice and neatly. Then we're starting to look really clean and ready for some rust killing and a little bit of sharp blasting and some rust converter along there, but some primer to go on there, some weld through primer as well, and we can start offering the sill up soon. We're going to need that end repair panel for here, that inner piece, that's part of the wheel tub. That you'll see how the wheel tub goes in behind that, the inner sill, which is another spot weld you've got to drill off. You've got some spot welds at the end of the inner sill where the little tail piece comes up. We'll get them later. And then we can look at rust proofing this. We get the shock blaster on there and see if that's still okay. That jacking point looks not too bad. A new piece of metal for the inside of here. Alright, but first let's clean out this channel, and then we'll get some more spot welds drilled. Vacuum time. Okay, I'm just removing the remains of that inner structural piece, just snapping it off, wobbling it along on the spot welds because you can't get the drill bit into the back. So we'll just break that off as it's all coming apart anyway. So there you can see I'm just shaking that bracket. Started at the end, I'm just working my way up with the mould grips. I'll grip it here in a sec and just bend it and snap the spot welds. The reason we need that out of the way is so we can see where these front spot welds are located. At the moment I can't see any evidence of them, so we need to see where they are. So let's get that broken out. Okay, I've now folded up what's left of that, the top of that sill, so that it's opened up the gap now along the bottom of the B pillar. And we're going to use that to spy on where the spot welds are, because we just can't quite see them. I think I can see one there now. That's giving me a clue. When you see this bend inwards there, then look in that area, you might just about see the faint remnants of the head of the weld, so we know there's one there. Again, I can see one there now, so now by bending that up I was just able to just get enough. And if you're even really unsure, you can just put a blade in there and just open it slightly and just see where it flexes. See, so it looks like the first one's here, then again like 3 or 4 on that, so I'm pretty confident I'm going to hit them now. So I'll put the drill on those. So bending that backwards to set back so you can see. Remember, we're upside down. Okay, so that's what it looks like working upside down. Just see the distortions in the panel where it dips in, where the weld's got it, so that gives us the clue as to where we can take those off. And I'm hoping now we can peel this backwards, leaving it just on the door seal lip and then attached on the inside. So let me drill those and let's see what that gives us. Okay, that's those drilled, and you can see now that's starting to break away from there, so that's detached from those, so they were pretty easy to do. So just to show you again, popped a screwdriver or chisel just in between, and then it starts to distort the panel, and you can spot your welds and get them out. There's only 4 on the bottom of there, so you could have been, you know, that could have took a while to try and get them, but just 4 on the bottom, direct hits, so we've not lost those, so we're good there. And now we're hoping to break these ones inside. Camera coming inside for you. We're hoping to start peeling this back. These might still be stuck, so we're going to give them a bit of assistance. I've made one more cut now down this side so that this can start to fold up. So what we're looking at doing now is getting a separation on this B post away from that as cleanly as we can. That'll leave us a nice clean B post. Okay, so I'm trying to break this seal now. I want to get that up, break those 3 spot welds and 3 on that side, and this should start to fold away. Then we find where it's hit there, and possibly along the inside edge where it attaches to the inner sill, and then we're going to try and extract it out. Okay, so let me try and fold this up. I'm going to get the mole grips on there, and then I'm going to try and twist it. Let me see if that... Right then, we're inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spot welds to break away the inner sill from the B-pillar fixings. You'll see the B-pillar now moves. Okay, and also from the remains of the inner sill, that's now broken away. You've got 3 separate pieces there. So now we can go up top and extract that inner sill piece, and then we've got it. Okay, don't worry about the B-sill being loose. It's okay where it is just yet, don't worry about that. Okay, that's what the measurements between the door pillars were for. Okay, so it won't move, it can't twist really. You can go a couple of mil left or right, but I know where that's marked because we marked it up. So just remember to mark your distances on your door gaps, your door bolts. So that bolt to that bolt, then across diagonally as well, just so you just know you're putting your, when you come to weld it all back up, you're putting it back in the right place. Okay, so there's them 4 on the inside. Excuse me. All 3. Now you've got to go through 2 skins when you drill these ones, because you've got to go through the inner sill, then straight through the sill until it go. So you go through 2 pieces, and then you stop when you get to the B pillar, because that just comes around at the back of it. Okay, so upstairs we go now, climbing out, and we'll see that this piece should start to lift up, which it does. Looks. That's going, look, see, and we're away, we're out, separated. Okay, now it starts to, you think, well, you're going to lose some strength there. Don't worry, it'll all go back together fine. That's nothing, it looks worse than it is when that happens. Right, so we need to just get that last little bit there where that's held on, then I can remove this piece, then we're clean along there as well. We'll start heading towards the back, and then this tricky area. I'm not looking forward to this bit. This is the bit I'm dreading the most, and that's removing the ski jump. Not at all in looking at doing that. I just, from what I can remember last time, oh no, when you're trying to preserve the tub underneath, it's alright when you're just chopping out, but okay. Right, so I have now took the rest of the spot welds out along the front edge of the sill. I sliced down here because we're going in sections, so we're going for this now. Should just snap and go. There you go. Right, a little bit there. That's the end of that. I don't want that anymore. Okay, cleaning up, getting cleaner all the time. So now, look what we've got here. Now, can we keep this piece? Is it going to be in good order? Why break into this already mint job when we don't have to? We could always remove the ski jump off that end of that sill, because they're always a usable item, and we can insert the sill into this if this is in good condition. Now we can find out if this is in good condition by peeling off the remainder of the sill. So it's going to be spot welded down that edge and along up this top edge here. So what we'll do is going from the top and the inside, we'll do the same magic and we'll work it, and we'll see what the condition of the ski jump is. If it's tidy, I'll just remove the ski jump off that sill, and then we'll just attach it on here. Okay, So first job is to just cut back and try and start prizing away the remnants of this. It's not too bad now, we can get to everything there. So I think you're picking up the name of the game, how it goes. You'll see there's some rust killing to be done on here. That's why they always rot through. And this is a big good shell, so it just goes to show, look what's on its way, what's in the post, all that horrible corrosion. That's why you've got a wax oil. If you get a wax oiling gun in, you can slow this right down. Okay, and usually only if you're exposing your car to the elements. If you're keeping your car garaged and you've wax oiled, it'll probably hold it off for as long as you need. But it just goes to show why you always see the rot there. So you can see how that traps the moisture. Okay, looking good though, no damage. This is all just cleanable and treatable. So a great repair area this is going to be, fantastic. Right, let's get this unpicked. Right, just so I can work out how the rear end of the sill is interacting with the tub, at the end of the tub and the bottom of the tub. I've just took a flat wheel, that's on your angle grinder there, flat wheel. I think it's an 80 grit on it or 60 grit. And then I've just gone through the first skim, what's remains of the outer sill. So that, because you've got to be really careful, so just go over it till it goes blue on there, you know you're through near to the edge of the metal. Basically the flat wheel just has eroded off the outer skin, just so that I can basically sort of analyse it. It's like forensic sort of examination really. You can see where the sill's brazed here now, original factory braze there, look at that. And then here's that cone piece. This is the rear end of the wheel tub as it comes down and meets the sill. There's a spot weld, wheel tub to end of sill spot weld there. And then you can see I've just started to open up this lip for the ski jump. We call that the ski jump. Normally you'd be starting to attack this now, but I think this is going to be in good order, so I'm going to just attach this through there like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just see what's in it. Look, some filler there, see how the repairs have been going. That's the remainder of the outer sill, a bit more on the flat wheel now, and we'll peel that off and leave the remnants of that. There's good metal to attach to, so that gives us a reference point. We're almost out here, we can break through there, and then we're just left with that inner lip and then this end piece, and we'll be able to pull out the sill away and then look down the hole of this with a torch and see what it's like. Right then, I'm just getting the last piece of the inner sill out. That's the last piece of that inner sill as it came along. Say inner sill, not inner sill, that's the last piece of the sill as it comes along and meets the ski jump. So there's quite a few on there, those top welds, and then looking on the inside, there was a couple there to hit. Some triple thickness panels, look at those. Hang on, let's get the exposure up. Some triple thickness ones. Okay, so, but we got them. So you just got to look out for all the spot welds you can find where the panel's intersected. And it's kind of like sandwiched between there and there and that inner sill. So you had the ski jump, another piece of metal, which I don't know what it is yet. I think it's the back of the tub. And then the sill itself and the inner sill. So there's all three. Eventually we got it. We've separated away from the ski jump now. The back of the sill came in here. Two spot welds there. I actually used a little belt sander because I couldn't get in with a drill. And then round here we've ground back. Still part of the sill left there where it meets the lower lip of the wheel arch. You can see that braze, so we're going to have to just work that and file it down. The braze won't pop, of course. And just at the end of the ski jump there, we're going to have to just, it's going to be a little bit tricky because there's braze in there. We need to just clean that up, but we're almost ready to accept. And when we look down to see the condition of the ski jump, and it's okay. It's nice and solid, so we can leave that in position. No need to spoil all the factory finish here. So we're back, we're staying back, which is a good thing. It means you get a good finish and it's back to factory. So we remove the ski jump from this. It's a lot easier with the panel being off. We've only got some welds there along the inside. We'll take that off, save the ski jump for future use, and then we can offer the sill up and it'll land in the same place that we were before, and we can just get it into position and start lining it up and see how it fits. Then we start cleaning all these welds up and prepping the areas ready to take it. Yes, that is part of the wheel tub, that inner piece of metal there, that's your part of your wheel tub coming in. So the wheel tub's joined together with two angles, and then this slot between the whole affair all slots together to make your wheel tub to inner sill to ski jump to outer sill intersect. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 pieces of metal all coming together. You can see some surface corrosion there. We'll be cleaning that up. Solid though, and no rust on that ski jump, so we keep that in position and we finish off at this point. We'll file that nice and straight. Okay, so what I'm going to do is remove ski jump now, and then we're going to clamp the donor sill into position once I've just buzzed these welds down, and we've got two nice smooth faces. And then once that's clamped in position, that'll be the end of episode 5. So episode 5 would have covered sill removal, and then episode 6 going to take you onto sill fitting and including the repairs for the tub, and then we can weld that back up and spin it and do the other side again. The sills are out of the way, so let's get on and buzz up these welds so everything's smooth. Some of them are raised, and just knock that straight, and then we'll clamp that sill in position once I've removed the ski jump from it. Okay, let me no point me showing you this, I'm just going to drill this off. Okay, see you in a second. Okay, so ski jump off, 3 there, 1 at the back. Oh no, 4, that one snapped. See it, there's another spot weld there, there's actually 4 on your ski jump. Just between those two. Off, okay, and then I just drop the sill straight in. It just slotted straight in, so there it is, meeting the jacking point at the top. Here it is, nicely overlapping the remain of the inner arch tub, which we'll clean up. Alright, so look at that. And you're there to get your weld there for the back of the sill. That just wants hammering straight, that's just where one of the welds wouldn't come off. So we'll get that straight there. A new cone piece on here. Looking down, we all fit. As you'd expect, you just drop straight in, straighten up all these edges there. We'll put our holes in for our spot welds or our plug welds. We'll flip the car around for those welds. We'll keep it this side for these, and then a nice neat fit at the front, just slotted straight in. So a nice new old stock sill with a perfect finish on there. Get all your welds in, and we can. That's going to be a nice MIG in there. All right, a repair on that, and so we're well underway now. So that's how the sill goes. Hope that was an informative video for you today on how to fully remove your Mk3 Cortina, and indeed probably Mark 4 and 5 as well. Full sill removal on the rotary spit using a new old stock, but I do believe that the pattern ones from Old Parts Store are as good. Now what I could do is borrow one. I do know Dave FKGLS has got one. We could ask him to bring it back down and offer it into this slot here just to see how good they fit. I'm pretty convinced they're going to work, but yeah, very pleased with that. Still ready to go, so let's get the repair pieces made here for this now and get some welding on the go. So part 6 we'll see welding action. This is just the removal section of the video. Gonna call it a day for episode 5 or part 5, I always get it mixed up. So I hope that's helped out everybody. So Mark 3, 4, 5, sill removal, offside, no, yeah, offside, no, near side. Oh, what side are we on? Hang on a minute. No, it was, yeah, it was offside because near side's passenger. Yeah, offside sill. To think about that for a second there. Full sill installation, removal and installation of the donor panel, and then part 6 sees us welding that up and then moving on to the other side for the same procedure on the other side. So it's about a day's work, probably, oh yeah, I'd say 8 hours to do that, 5 to 8 hours with breaks. So maybe 5 hours solid would get you there if you can just have with you the spot weld drill bits. Now mine lasted for as many as I've done, and it's starting to blunt out now. Here we have it. It's a shame that they blunt out, so they're really great when they go in these. Yeah, so £7 for a spot weld drill bits. You can get them for cheaper than that. I got a pair for £7 at an auto jumble. I've got 2 sizes, so they're out there to be bought, bargains to be found if you can keep on looking for your drill bits. Spot weld drill bits real handy for this, just makes it a clean operation. So we know what we've got to do. We'll even be putting the original factory brace finishes back in here. So it's going to be very, very original sill fit. And there's your part number there, your 71BB, so we know we're the real deal. I don't think it can get much better than that really for a proper sill job. Let's just make sure we get them MIGs plug welding done properly. Let's make sure we get good penetration on those plug welds. We'll make sure the welder's running tip top. We're cleaning up the inner sill and de-rusting it, and just making sure it's all clean and ready to accept it before we finally plug up this nice job. And let's look inside. Not much to see really there except how it's all going to come back together. We're going to need some good clamps to grip the panels together, especially over these areas here where you can't really get in as good, so you've got to come in through here and pinch that nice and tight, pinch that real tight together. Okay, so make sure we get good, luckily we can get it over there as well. We've got to get some, we might even have to make a clamp to reach through and clamp that up round the back. I've got to make sure that I get that really, really tightly welded to the ski jump. Okay, I'm not quite sure I'm going to do it yet. There might be a way of doing that. I could think of a way of doing that. I could attach something to this with a tack weld, then pull on it, or cantilever it back. There'll be a way. I want to just get that nice and tightly up against there. Okay. Over and out for now. End of part 5. Hope you enjoyed it. Just pan out. Sorry about the bump. We're going to have a clean up now. We've got the best hoover in the world, and here he is. Seriously recommend the Henry. Mine lasted me, one I've got there lasted me 8 years for the motor blew. He didn't have to do some work, so I just got a brand new one, 99 quid, Argos. The best you can have. Absolutely fantastic piece of kit is the Henry. He's just a great tool. So we're going to hoover up all this mess so that when we start tomorrow it's really clean state of mind and a clean approach. Just about 8 hours is just about enough for me. You start to tire after that, I do anyway, and it's a full hit. But it's nice to get a satisfying result, and especially when I've virtually just slid that into position, put the nose in here first, tapped it at that end with that block of wood, and I felt it go up to there, and then it just dropped in, really did. Just palmed it in here, just like that, just palmed it in till it sunk down, and the fit is fantastic. I mean, as you'd expect, it's identical to the one that's come off, so there should be no difference. But what about that for a great repair? Yeah, well, what about that for a great sill repair? And you might wonder, what the hell's that on the screen? You've just jumped from the last section of the video. Well, let's just see, where was we? Here we are. Look, let me just play this back. Look, let me just play that back. The pattern ones from Old Parts Store are as good. Now, what I could do is borrow one. I do know Dave FKGLS has got. Okay. Over and out for now. End of part 5. Hope you enjoyed it. Just pan out. Sorry about the bump. We're going to have a clean up now. We've got the best hoover in the world, and here he is. So you just saw me editing there. I'm actually at the editing suite, Let's get the camera to focus. Yeah, I'm on the editing suite. Whoa, that's not supposed to happen. So yeah, that was the end of that video. That was at the end of part 5. I know we mentioned that quite a lot, that it was part 5. I noticed there. I'm actually just tail ending the video for you, giving you something a little bit different just to end the show, showing you my editing program. It's a program called Video Pad, and that's just a off-the-shelf program. It's not very expensive. It's about £40 to buy, the unlicensed, to get the license for it, whatever. And that's my program which I use to create these shows on YouTube. All the clips come in on the window at the side. You drag and drop, and then at the bottom here is where you add all your frames together, and you can put your music on at the bottom and do the fade between the shots and stuff like that. And that's what I use to do the shows and make all these videos for YouTube. So Video Pad for that. And you'll just see me now finishing off episode 5. The clip ended abruptly, so I do apologise for that. The reason what happened is actually the memory card on the camcorder filled up as I was just about to finish. I just got it in. So anyway, that's over and out. We're going to be seeing you soon for part 6, which will be some welding repairs, and then 7 will see us onto the other side of the sill, and then we'll start working towards the front end of the car. So over and out for now, and thanks to everyone on YouTube. In fact, let's just take us through YouTube and just see who we've got to thank. Well, a lot of people, but I'm going to give us just a quick chuck in the last minute some thanks on YouTube. Let's see what we've got. Just let me bring this up. We're coming up now. If I go to my channel, videos and comments, my video manager, sorry about the wait here, community, comment. So Steve B there, we've got Steve B there. Thank you very much, Steve B. Zero Hour, a new member there. ZER Hour, 0 Hour. Sarah Greeny there. Thank you, Sarah, for the comment there on the Nitro Moors. Peter Lobb is always in. Gareth Potter's new to the club. Hello, Gareth. Colin Todd, a good old regular there, supporting us through thick and thin as always. The Top Gear, thank you very much to the Top Gear, he's always in as well. Peter Lobb's in again. ADB 1978, thank you very much for that. David Thorpe back there. Gaz UK, Gaz the K, sorry. TY Mizzou, Tiramisu, hello Tiramisu. Disco Dave's in. Paul Monkey, Nigel, Justbox, Sean Pierce, Irishman, Kenny B, and Kenny's always supporting us there. He's one of our big boys there. Kenny, we say hello to you. Tieran's always in there. Kevin there. Ian Jones, Stowe 1664, Adamant, I get it, Adamant. Okay, we got you. Brian Gresh, he's in Malta. Steve was here, I get that one. LDV for the LDV conversion, V8 going in that one. Well done on that one. Karen, you've been there from the beginning. Gaz the K again. Justbox is back. Hancock with a great voice, he's in. Scrapyard Warrior. Hello there, Scrapyard Warrior. Brian again, Sean again, Peter Lobb again. So these are just some of the ones. I thank you, everyone I've not mentioned. Matt W there, great on Matt W. Ian Jones, hello Ian. There's Adamant again. Chris Barkley, great, thanks Chris for that. John Fuster, thank you very much, you're always there too. There's Nigel again, there's Kenny again. Steve B 100, he's always been there as well. Doc has always been there. Everyone's always been there. Thank you very much for that. End of part 5, see you at part 6. Thank you and good night.